Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two splendid Scotch whiskeys. I guess they're splendid from John Walker and Sons, owned by Diageo. We have Johnnie Walker Red Label. This is an older label. Actually, they introduced a new design in 2019. But this is one. This is an older design. You'll see both of these around. They have a lot of these left over, but the new, more contemporary design is becoming common. Different font and everything. Craig Swenson, oh boy, this should be interesting. I know, it's kind of scary, right? Boy, if I get this one wrong, and I got the James Fox wrong, I think the last four challenges, but I'm not saying James Fox was worse than the others. It wasn't really better than the others, but if James Fox was a big winner, why? Because of the price point, $8.99 a liter. And even if it wasn't defeating the other Canadian whiskeys, and even if I couldn't distinguish it, it wasn't losing. It never lost. Not one time did I say this is worse than the other. So that's a real winner, James Fox. I'm glad I bought it. I would, in theory, at least, I would, in theory, buy it again. The Johnnie Walker Red Label's been winning and winning and winning. You see I'm down to the bottom 10%. 15% of the bottle. If I buy it again, which is a strong possibility, I'm going to get the big 1,750 liter bottle glass. I can get a great deal on that. I believe it's Savannah discount. Maybe in second half of this year, I'll get it again. Good morning. Love this challenge, says Zach Robinson. Thank you. Now the competitor, Johnnie Walker Blue Label, and the glass is actually blue, and there's a foil cover. Whoa, with this little chain in the back. It's a string. It's actually a chain, but it's actually a string, like a rope. It's braided, like you braid a woman's hair. It's got a little medallion on it, which is the striding man, and that's how you break the foil. You just yank the string and the braided string, and it rips the foil. Okay. People say it was introduced in 1992. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Johnnie Walker Blue Label. No age statement. Now, the red label, there's an age statement. It says right there, aged a minimum of 3 years. And like William Kepley would say, it isn't a day past 3 years, right? So the youngest whiskey in this is 3 years. And the youngest whiskey in this is, I don't know, because there's no age statement. It says established 1820. At least they're not saying since 1820, because Johnnie Walker Scotch did not come out in 1820. People see these dates, and they don't research. Yeah, in 1820, a teenager named John Walker, started a grocery store in Scotland. Grocery store. They sold groceries, mostly dry goods, and then they started selling Scotch. Later on down the line, like way down the line, 47 years down the line, the family decided, because it was a family, John Walker and Sons, and he passed away, and then the kids kept going, and then the grandkids and the great grandkids, and then it got so big, and then they sold out, all right, to Guinness, I think, and Guinness became Diageo. Guinness became Diageo. So Guinness, Johnnie Walker, Buchanan's, Red Stripe. No, did they sell Red Stripe? Yeah, they sold Red Stripe. On and on and on until the break of dawn. It's a huge company, makes all kind of products. VAT 69 blended Scotch whiskey. We don't get that around here, but I've seen the VAT 69 Gold. VAT 69 Gold. When Johnnie Walker Scotch came onto the market in 1867, it was not called Johnnie Walker Red Label. It was called Old Highland blended Scotch whiskey. Old Highland blended Scotch whiskey. In 1909, they decided to rebrand it, and they called it, the Old Highland became Johnnie Walker Red Label, and they hired an artist, a graphic designer, and he came up with the striding man, the guy that was walking with the walking stick type thing. And then the 12-year age, Old Highland 12-year age became Johnnie Walker Black Label. Okay. You say, Bar, where did you learn that? Reading their website. So look what they say about the red label. Johnnie Walker Red Label is our pioneer blend. And it's not like it used to be. It used to be 86.6 proof, 86.6 proof. Now it's 40 proof. They dropped all these to 40 proof. One of my viewers, I think Robert, said it's a day and I can't keep up and remember. And I got to answer comments today, sometime this morning. I haven't done it yet. He said, he thanks, oh no, you know who it was that said that? I think it was, somebody from the eastern states. I apologize. He said, I think it's because of DUI laws. It might have been Geary. DUI laws that they wanted us, but I don't know. There's too many higher proof products that doesn't really go along with that. That it was a set number, 40% alcohol, and then you could gauge your drinking better and not get DUI. I think it was Geary saying that. I don't believe it though, because I mean, I kind of believe it, but I don't believe it because you can go to Walmart and get the Ray and Nephew 151 proof, overproof scotch. So, I mean, white rum. Okay. Is the one that introduced our whiskey to the world. Crafted from the four corners of Scotland, Highland, Lowland, Islay, etc. It crackles with spice and is bursting with vibrant, smoky flavors. I believe that. It does have spice and it does have smoky flavors, followed by a mellow bed of vanilla. I don't know about the vanilla. A fresh zestiness and the Johnnie Walker signature of a long, lingering, smoky finish. Thing you'll notice about the blue label is not a long finish. It just zips away. I'm not going to read all this because that's why I put the link. To summarize it, it says perfect for parties and get-togethers at home or going out. and it's mostly a mixer for making mixed drinks. It says Johnnie Walker Red Label is a powerful mix of up to 30 malts and grains. All right, 30 different Scotch grain and malt whiskey. It's a combination of light whiskeys from Scotland's east coast and more peaty whiskeys from the west. Expertly balanced to create an extraordinary depth of flavor. All right. Blue label. Johnnie Blue Label. And there's many variants of the blue label, by the way. I got the base model. You know what I'm saying? I got the base model blue label, which was over $220 a bottle. There's some that'll be $4.99 a bottle. No joke. Johnnie Walker Blue Label is an unrivaled masterpiece. It's unrivaled, except that they got some that are twice as expensive, so they must rival it and surpass it. But anyway, why bring up those little particular details? An exquisite combination of Scotland's rarest and most exceptional whiskeys. Only one in every 10,000 casks has the elusive quality, character, and flavor to deliver the remarkable signature taste. An extraordinary whiskey for extraordinary occasions, like doing a taste challenge. And then I'm not going to read all these notes. It was right there on the label. On the website. Johnnie Walker label is inspired by Alexander Walker's 1867 Old Highland whiskey. It was at the forefront of an era when fewer casks were available and quality cask selection was in its infancy. And the blend is created using a selection of rare casks from the Speyside and Highland distilleries. Okay, so listen carefully. Speyside and Highland distilleries, including Delicate Cardew and Clynelish, Delicate Cardew, Hardu, yeah. Hardy, har. Delicate Cardu and Clynelish, warm rounded Benrinas, as well as Isla malts for our signature smokiness. No. And they're showing a photo of the liquid being poured. And that is Johnnie Walker Blue Label Ghost and Rare, Johnnie Walker and Sons, and that will cost you a good deal more than the cut rate price of $220. The Johnnie Walker. And I know I'm going to start the challenge, you all. Maybe here it'll tell me when they introduced the blue. Bleh. I'm not. What was it? A snake in a whiskey bottle. That's gross. That's disgusting. There's an old ad from the 1930s where it shows that it was 86.6 proof. 1867, right. Old Highland whiskey. I got it right. (1934), they were granted a royal warrant by King George V to supply whiskey to the royal household, and we still hold a royal warrant today. That's why the bottle has the I'm going to show you that. By the end of the 20th century, it's the end of the century. The pioneering Johnnie Walker Red Label and iconic Johnnie Walker Black had been joined by the pinnacle, the Blue Label. Yeah, it doesn't say exactly when, but the end of the century. I guess 1992 was getting toward the end of the century. G-Max says, aye, nice to catch a live stream. All right. Here's the royal warrant indication. They have the right to be a whiskey supplier to the royal household, and it's Queen Elizabeth's birthday today. She's 94 years old. She doesn't look a day over 93. Okay. What's this inconvenient? I knew I'd forget to do the tags, but I got them. Okay. All right. If I get this wrong, I'm going to be so embarrassed, because I'm paying. You can get the red label for $17.99 a bottle if you go to Dortmax. And I paid over $2.20 a bottle for the blue. And if I can't tell them apart, what is that going to say? I guess it says I'm a terrible reviewer, but it might just say that the blue ain't worth it. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Now, some people said, you're going to use that in taste challenges? That's right, because whiskey's for drinking, not saving. I can't stand to just have stuff saved, and so I can tell people, look what I got. You say, well, you got, yeah, I know, I got comic books, but that's not a consumable. I can read it, put it in the box. These boxes get dry rotted. I'm constantly pulling them out to rotate the comic books because every month I've changed the display on the wall. But over time, they just get dry rotted. The cardboard, it's like it loses moisture. It'll just pull. You pull it and that whole thing will rip. So you got to buy new boxes from time to time. They don't stay together. I got to tape them with packing tape to keep them just somewhat functioning. Somebody asked me why you do this in the dark. Well, because I want to see the sunlight come up as I do the challenge, you see. It's Dawn Busters. We're bringing in the dawn. So hopefully I'll get it right. If not, it'll just be a fiasco. Don't worry so much. Okay. Here we go. Taking off the foil cap. There's your foil. It's thick too. That's heavy foil. The whole thing is foil, see? And then there's a JWS inside. It's fancy. All right. So then we got the plastic cap with serrated edges so you can grab it. It's got the little string. And I hydrated the cork so it doesn't dry rot. I didn't realize that with that. I didn't know anything about corks. I didn't know anything about corks. And I had the Wild Turkey 101 1983 bottling. It was put in a barrel in 1975, and they aged it till 1983 and bottled it. And that cork just stayed dry all those years. And when Bob Futch, thank you, Bob, gave me the bottle, I didn't know. I pulled the bottle off and it just ripped. But if I had held it upside down for a minute, then waited an hour, it'd come right out. It had gotten its rubberiness back. Oh, well, you live and learn. Johnnie Walker Blue Label. You go back in the cork go back in the bottle. So there we are. Back in. I'll put the foil back on and put it around that string. There we go. Put that on the side. Yeah, I got enough. Nice amber appearance. Yeah. They add caramel color into these Scotch whiskeys because they want a consistent color. It's not going to get that dark from a used barrel. I'm sorry. You want real dark, authentic dark whiskey. Ooh, yikes. You best to go pour too much Johnnie Walker Blue Label. It's $10 a sip. You best to go. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy some more. I got what, 2 more, at the most 3 more challenges? Yeah, man. Okay, well, I say you better go get some bourbon if you want natural red. It's gold too. The appearance is no real difference. Maxwell, greetings, Jay. Hello, Max Walt in the Russian Federation. Yeah, I see that daylight here. Daylight's breaking, dawn is breaking. Like George Harrison and the Beatles said, here comes the sun. Little darling. They used to have they still have Channel 26 in New Orleans. It's an ABC affiliate now. Used to be independent station, UHF, not VH. It's UHF. Still, you got an antenna. And I remember in the early to mid 70s, when they would start their programming day at 6 a.m., they would always play Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. And then they would start their programming, which was nothing but old reruns and some modern syndicated programs, like recorded programs, like, say, Mike Douglas show, I think maybe on there. No, I don't think Mike Douglas was on that channel. Not for Women Only. That was a show not for women only. I had exercise shows where the lady was exercising and show you how to work out and stuff. Anyway, reruns of Family Affair or Batman, which is what I liked. Okay, here we go. I have no favorites here, except that I did pay over $200 for one bottle, so I guess that's my favorite. Better win. For gosh, golly. I'm going to drink a beer with you, bud, says G-Mac. I drank 3 cups of coffee already, y'all, and had some Kix cereal with a little brown sugar poured on it. Well, I had to crumble it with my hands. Brown sugar doesn't really pour. It's brown sugar, regular sugar mixed with molasses, so it's kind of gummy. And it tasted pretty good. Okay. The aroma. The aroma. Smell like, and I'm going to give an honest assessment. I don't play games with this. It smells like grain alcohol. What I mean is like distilled corn, almost assuredly corn grits. They say, I haven't heard anything official, but people say that Johnnie Walker Blue Label is about 80% malt whiskey and about 20% grain, opposite of most blended scotch, which would be about 80% column distilled, odorless, colorless grain alcohol, generally odorless color, and about 20% malt whiskey. Your Speyside, Isla, Lowland, Highland, which will bring in the flavors. Your flavors are coming from that 20% blends of malt. Much like American blended whiskey, be about 80% grain spirits, which would taste like nothing. Basically, it will taste like something, but nothing more or less. And then the 20% straight bourbon, the straight bourbon is going to give it the taste. For good or ill, and oftentimes ill. If you buy some of those degraded Heaven Hill blends, watch out, baby, because they will taste like some mess. Generally, sometimes good, usually not too good. Get the Seagram 7 Crown, which is about 25% straight bourbon and 75% grain spirits. That's a good flavor. That's a good flavor. That one's nice. I like it. I love it, really. Okay. A little bit of peat here. Smoke. Yeah, there's some. Not well, I wouldn't call it like particularly smoky. Yeah, it smells all right. It smells all right. What can I say? I think I prefer Clan McGregor's aroma. Now people are going to say, oh, what is wrong with this reviewer here? He's crazy. Just telling you how I feel about it. But it smells okay. It's pleasant. You know, it's like peat, whiskey. Nah. Okay. This one smells like the other one in the sense of like the fermented, distilled grain products. All right. Barley, corn, and but this one doesn't really have smoke character. It's a lot duller. It's like dull. Like there's not smoke, there's not peat. Why are you streaming alcohol reviews at 6 a.m. says Swigsable? Because that's when I do the Dawn Busters. Hi, my name is Peter and I'm an alcoholic. Well, hello, Pete. All right. This one is just dull in the nose. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. It just smells like just ordinary whiskey, grain alcohol, just bland. Nothing bad. If I smelled it, I would say, oh, okay. You know, what is that? I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't want to hear all that. Okay. Anyway, if you're here for the review, good. If it's some other sideline stuff that I'm not interested in, a la troll comments. Buzzeth offeth. Okay. This is science, people. This is not comedy. This is not a parody. Well, this one has a lot richer aroma, which makes me think it's the blue. But really, I don't know. So let's go with the taste challenge. Cheers to the folks. Yeah, why not? I mean, you know, what do you expect to get at 6 in the morning, right? No, nothing profane. He didn't say anything profane, or he just said It was like spam, you know, look at my channel. I need alcohol, or I want alcohol, but I don't need it, or I'm addicted to alcohol. Something like, I mean, good. That's great. Well, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm not honestly particularly impressed with the nose of either one of these. If you let me smell these and I didn't know what they were, I would think it was some like low to mid range price range, low to mid price range. Not super cheap, but not exactly expensive. And I would just say, yeah, some blended scotch, I guess. I wouldn't probably know what it was. But the key is the taste. It's a taste challenge, not a smell challenge. So cheers to the world. Mm. Yeah, the cork and chain. Oh, well, it's just money, right? Okay, very rich peat and smoke. It's like a tunnel of smoke. It's like David Bowie, that Heroes video. Heroes, where he's got all the smoke. He's like in a tunnel. Smoke. Peat. Now you wouldn't taste this and think it's some cheap item. The aromas aren't that elaborate or compelling, but the flavor is wow. Yeah. Exciting flavors. Very exciting. A lot of deep, rich, savory. You might call it savory. Now, a lot of the beer reviewers that are trying to look expert, they'll like to say it's umami. You know, they like to say that umami. But of course, I can't be an expert beer reviewer because I don't have the mic on my shirt. You know, they like to have the mic on their shirt. That way, when they swallow it, you can hear it. And I've had people tell me that, why don't you get a mic to hook on? And I said, does that really sound natural, though? Like if you're sitting around at somebody's house and y'all are trying different beers out, or whiskey, whatever, you can't hear the person swallow like that. No, it's not like natural audio. You don't hear all that, like if the whiskey's in their mouth, you don't hear all that. And I've noticed that with these mics. It's like, that's not natural audio, really. It's like the super high def 1080 60p audio visuals. If you watch those carefully, it's not really like natural. You don't see that in real life. You know what I'm saying? It looks artificial to me. It's like an aspect ratio, or even the movement seems unnatural to me. It seems modulated, like I live in the real world. In other words, I look at things with my eyes. I have glasses because I'm nearsighted. But when I look around and I see people and look at items or objects or things in nature or technological objects or people, they don't move like that. There's not the same panorama. So I don't, and you don't hear those mic on the shirt sounds. So it doesn't, there's no draw, there's no attraction for me for that. Much more grain. Oh, like corn that got distilled and it's got a little bite to it. Actually, a good deal of bite to it. It's kind of bitey. You say, you mean harsh? You could call it harsh. I get that with Canadian whiskeys, even more so with American blended whiskeys. It's like cities on flame with rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Like it's grating in a way. It's like that album. It's just harsh. You say, well, that's heavy metal. I know, but I'm not drinking Transmaniacon MC. Do you get the bitterness on the finish from the grain? ASMR review, says GMAC. Yeah, that's what those are almost like. It's weird. I don't really like that. It's uncomfortable to me. It's sort of like watching when I see those reviews with the mic and that weird visual aspect ratio and movement, modulated movement. It's almost like they got me tied down under mind control with that movie. You know what I'm talking about, from 1971 with Malcolm McDowell. There's some smokiness here. Oh yeah, A Clockwork Orange. I feel like I'm in the movie A Clockwork Orange, and I don't like to feel like I'm in some kind of government program, study, behavior program study. But anyway, so smoke, grain, mostly corn, some barley, malt like dough. It's good. It's very good for whiskey. If you like whiskey, I can live it. I could take it or leave it. Honestly, with whiskey, I could just take it or leave. I could take it or leave it. Any hard liquor. I prefer rum. People say, "Oh, I'm unsubscribing right now." Well, you asked. Actually, you didn't ask. But I do prefer rum over whiskey. I prefer rum over brandy. And I think I prefer brandy over whiskey. And then there's different types of whiskey. I prefer one over the other. Now, if that's an atrocity or an infraction or an insult to you, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you what I prefer. But I could, if I never drank hard liquor again for the rest of my life, it wouldn't bother me a bit. But they're interesting to try. I mean, I like to try them, you know. Now, you see this one over here. It's much more bread dough, and much less grain, alcohol, bite, harsh, cat scratch in my face. But much less smoke, I find. There's less smoke. And the finish is just like, whoop, bye. Just runs off. It's like, you didn't have to leave. Come back. Don't you believe me? So that one has a quick exit. But this one lingers. It drops like little waterfalls. And this one drops like it went off a cliff, which makes me think it's the Blue Label. That's why I watch your channel, man. It's just raw review. It's just a raw review, not putting on a corny show. Thank you. I don't like the show stuff. I'll watch them. I mean, I'll admit, I watch all these beer reviews, but a lot of them are the show. You know what I'm saying? They got little things scrolling across the screen, up the screen, side the screen, down the screen, around the screen. Like, comment, subscribe, flashing light bulbs. It's like, what is this channel about? Is it about the beer reviews, or is it about like, comment, subscribe, and building the brand? And it's like, I made partner and blah, 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 and buy my t-shirts, buy my chalices with my name on them. So this is not a beer review channel. This is a carnival barker. I'll still watch, you know, make kind comments, but I just don't think it's legit true blue. It's like Kansas City Southern Railroad. But, you know, I don't buy it. I'm not buying it, you know, and it's like, let's answer all the comments. Like, oh, hey, it's like, hey, gang, we're in a big family together. We're a big gang, a big family. I'm like, yeah, right. Bet we are. You know, I agree with you. I just never, from 2010, when I realized they had video reviews on YouTube, I didn't know that those existed till 2010, summer of 2010. You could always sniff out the kind of phony ones, you know, like, hey, YouTube, how's it going, man? I was like, you don't even know me. Don't try to be my pal. And we're going to get on board and row together like Johnnie rowed the boat ashore. Come on, man. Just do the review and get lost. And then come back the next day and do a review. You know what I'm saying? And I'll watch and I'll comment. But all this showmanship just bugs the bug out of me. All right. Well, smoke. This one's got such deep smoke. But the drop-off is too sweet. This one doesn't really have the deep smoke. It has more of a grain thing. but it lingers. Okay, and it's got some sugar sweetness too. Yeah, I know I'm going too long. Review XO rum. I will. Just do your thing, Ronald. That's why we're here. Thank you. One of my reviewers, who was around since 2011, was always saying, Ronald, yay, Ronald this, join my group, join that group, join the music group, join the alcohol group. He was in Alcohol Eggs, the music group. Wanted to send me cigars, which never arrived, I might add. Gonna do this, gonna do that. I'm a Southern man like you. Yeah, yippee-yi-yay, like the president of the fan club. I said, okay. Then he sent me a weird message a few months ago, which he deleted apparently. Oh, you're not the same. You're arrogant and passive aggressive now and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? Is somebody popping pills while they're drinking or something? It seemed very out of character, very bizarre. I said, uh-oh. That is very strange. And so I went to Facebook and I said, hey, what's going on with this message? It seems peculiar, to say the least. And he immediately blocked me and all this. And I thought, either somebody was popping too many pills and drinking too much over a number of years, which is a strong possibility, or he was just strange to start with, and it was exemplified by this, like it built up. Because you get the fanboys, and it's hard to react to them because you don't know what they want. Like, what's their angle? What are they getting at? And if you don't fulfill their desires, they'll act out. Now, I'm not saying that to be ugly or mean. That's the truth. I'm not going to expose the guy, and I could, but what good would it do? It doesn't matter, It's like looking through the phone book and saying, that guy's strange. Costco spirits also great values. Never had a Costco product. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know which is which. I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to make some comments before I do the reveal. I'm going to make a few comments. This one is more grain, so it's like cheaper, 3-year aged. It's younger. The other one is a mixture of so many, could be 50-year-old whiskeys. But the problem is some of them might be 2-year-old, you see, so they don't want to give an age statement. If they give an age statement, they might have to say Johnnie Walker Blue Label is a 2-year-old whiskey, which obviously isn't. But that's the law. That's the law. Can you believe this? We can't even get into the count room to watch our money. No, what I mean is you got to go with the age of the youngest whiskey. So it would be like a phony, in a way, a false age statement. They say it's 2 years, but you could have whiskeys in there 50 years old. But it's a blend, you see. So they just don't give an age statement, which is probably a very smart move. But safe to say it's a very elaborate combination of very old and possibly even very young whiskeys. Okay. Okay. Of course, they could just give a description on their website detailing the age of each whiskey, right? They could do that. There's no law against that. So it does make you wonder. This one's more grainy, grain. There is smoke. The finish lingers. That one, it doesn't. Can you tell one is more high quality than the other? Yes, very clearly. This one here on my left hand could be to your right. Much more higher quality. It's got a more depth of flavor, let's say, a depth of flavor. But honestly, is it really $200 better? I don't see how that could be. It's better, but I don't know, man. I'm not going to fuss about that. I'm not going to whine about that. I'm not even going to cry about it or, take exception to it. No one forced me to buy that. No one forced my hand. I did it. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to buy it. I don't grouse about things like, oh, well, I'll just, no. Maybe one day somebody will let me sip some. I was just going all out. I said, I'm buying the whole bottle. Because somebody was saying, well, you can get a little sample bottle. And I say, no. I'm getting the whole full-size bottle. I'm not playing games with this. And other people were appalled, like, you're wasting money. I'm like, you ever made a self-examination of what you buy? If I looked at what you buy month to month, it would add up to $200 every month of frivolous things that have no value. I got a bottle of Johnnie Walker Blue at Costco for $160 in Delaware. That's amazing. That's a great price. But in Louisiana, that's not possible. You cannot do it. Rouse has got it for $2.99. $2.99. I would never pay that. That would have been, Okay, so last chance. If I look under there, it better say JW, which is what I put for the blue. I put JW for the blue. Ha, 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 I got it. Ha, ha, ha. No, it was unmistakable, really. And these are the calling cards for Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Rich, deep tunnel of smoke. Visualize that, a tunnel of smoke. It's like you breathe in. Every time you breathe in, you're bringing in smoked pork. But the drop-off is unusually quick. Doesn't seem to add up, like it doesn't comport. Like, why would it be such a deep inhalation of smoke, but yet drop off like it's in a race to get out of here? This I cannot explain. This I cannot explain. Now the red label. Yeah. It's grain. It's pretty basic. Oh, it's way better than most of the basic other ones that I've got. But the taste lingers. Strange, isn't it? Okay, well, Johnnie Walker Blue Label wins. Okay, it wins, but only in theory. Only in theory. Because how can you say $229 plus tax is a winner? I can't say that. I mean, the company wins because I paid the money, and they're like, ha ha ha, dumb. I shouldn't be cynical like that. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, I apologize. I retract that last statement. I feel like a lot of the price comes from appearance. I believe that, and the appearance is exceptional. The Johnnie Walker Blue Label is like the best looking whiskey ever, like awesome looking blue bottle, the foil, the string, the medallion, the fantastic presentation, like the best label in the world, right? You get some of these craft beers and it could be 100 out of 100 in flavor, but you look at the can, it's a bunch of funny animals. It looks like some cheap, not Archie Comics. It's like some cheap independent comic book company that has substandard artwork, ridiculous ideas. I cannot, it doesn't make me want to drink the beer when it's funny animals or glib comments like, get the joke? You get it? It's a double entendre. Get it? It's like, yeah, I get it. Unfortunately, I get the joke. It's just that the joke is so droll and foolish, and the label is so horrible. It kind of like downgrades what's inside the can, even though the beer might be 100, world class or nearly world class. Okay, this one I don't think is world class. I scored it a 96. That's not a great score, but the presentation is primo. I'm telling you, primo. That's the best looking product in the world. No animals, no inside jokes, no yuck, humor, nothing about the devil or people getting tortured. That's bullcrap, man. I'm sick of these beer companies with their, I mean, I don't really care, honestly, but it's bad. It's just like, it looks junky. It looks junky. We're going to look back. We're going to look back 20 years from now and say, oh, those were the worst, People are going to be like, oh, that was the worst. There's a show where they have the most expensive stuff, and at a certain point, they just start throwing gold on stuff to up the price. Sounds about right. No puzzle under the cap? Right. There's no puzzle under the cap. Anyway, that's it. Sorry for going so long, but I figured this one would be an epic episode. But Thursday could be a very scary episode because it's going to be Johnnie Walker Blue Label versus Buchanan's 12-year age, also from Diageo. If there was any blended Scotch whiskey that could overthrow Johnnie Walker Blue, I think it's Buchanan's 12-year. And I'm going to be secretly, I won't say this on air. I mean, if I was going to say it, I was going to tell you that I was secretly rooting for Buchanan's to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want Buchanan's to win just to show you that you can get a great Scotch for $35. But I didn't bring that up. I will not bring that up. What I'm going to show everybody is that I'm neutral and I don't care. You know, that'll be the presentation. Oh, well. Try Iron Maiden beer. Oh, yes, I have. The Trooper. Very beautiful product. Beautiful product, but it's so expensive. It's kind of like the Blue Label. It's way overpriced. But anyway, you pay for the name, but that's it. Thanks. I'm going to walk now. Daylight.